Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And so today we're going to talk about the ending of All Out. AEW All Out ended with the debut of Adam Cole, but most importantly, Daniel Bryan would come out. Adam Cole came out as a heel to join the Elite. Daniel Bryan came out as a babyface. Was doing the yes yes thing. Very happy for Bryan. I guess I should be calling him Bryan Danielson now, but that's gonna be kind of hard. I'm used to him being called Daniel Bryan. But so Bryan Danielson came out, and came out, fans doing the yes, yes, yes. One thing I was upset about this is they did not have a Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson t-shirt of the yes, yes, yes. Like, they had one for CM Punk. They even had one for Adam Cole. Like, how do you not have a Daniel Bryan t-shirt ready to go? Like, Daniel Bryan is like one of the top stars that you just got from WWE, and you don't have a t-shirt ready to go. Now, Daniel Bryan in his Q&A said that he might not be doing the yes thing. This is a terrible mistake in my opinion. Like especially since he's a good guy. Like, people are gonna be chanting yes, yes, yes. Like, you gotta do a yes t-shirt. You gotta have a yes t-shirt. Like, he was alluding to the whole internet the international property whole issue. I don't know how WWE would own the word yes. But like, even Tony Khan, it was like, do they really own it? That's what I'm saying. They gotta have a yes t-shirt for him. They gotta have a yes t-shirt ready for him. Like, he had like a white t-shirt on, no yes t-shirt. Like, come on. Like, you gotta, like, because the fans are gonna be chanting yes. Especially as a big, like, the WWE fans that are watching this, like, that don't know anything about AEW or don't know anything about the AEW fans, they know him for yes, 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 no, no, no. Like, you gotta do the yes thing. You gotta do the yes movement. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do for a t-shirt. I can't see how they don't do a yes t-shirt. Like I said, I'm surprised they didn't even have a t-shirt ready. Like, nothing for Daniel Bryan. Like, come on. You had a t-shirt for CM Punk ready to go, like, after he made his debut. You gotta have a t-shirt ready for Daniel Bryan. Now, some people are going to be wondering, well, what's Daniel Bryan doing? Because he's immediately probably going into a storyline with Kenny Omega for the world title. This is the right thing to do, because Daniel Bryan, unlike CM Punk, who hasn't wrestled for 7 years, Daniel Bryan's last pay-per-view match was in the main event of WrestleMania against Roman Reigns and Edge for the Universal Heavyweight World Title. Okay? It makes absolute sense that he would go into a storyline with Kenny Omega right away, especially since he's a world title contender, because he was, again, 4 months ago, his last, or actually, no, it's been more than 4 months ago now, but for WrestleMania, about like 6 months ago, he was in WrestleMania for the world title. And even though he hasn't wrestled since then, that's because his contract expired. So it makes sense that Daniel Bryan would be right into a storyline with the AEW World Champion. Now, will he win the title right away? That I'm not sure. Kenny Omega's had the title for a long time now. So Daniel probably could beat him, and probably should beat him. But I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen, because I don't know if Daniel Bryan necessarily wants that. But I mean, the pop that these guys are getting, the ratings, I can't see how you eventually not make them world champion. But I know AEW likes to be more cautious with the way they do their world title changes. But I feel like Daniel needs to win the title at some point. But yeah, I mean, it was a great debut. You can tell Daniel was doing, putting his hands out, but not doing like the direct, yes, yes, yes thing like all the fans were doing. Again, I don't know if WWE owns that necessarily. I mean, because there are people that have done yes before Daniel. Daniel even alluded to that in the past, that he didn't come up with it. There were people before that were doing that. So I don't even know exactly like what exactly WWE owns, like in terms of the yes thing. Maybe it's just merchandising. I don't know. But I just can't see for the life of me how they don't make a yes T-shirt, because that is like what the mainstream fans know about Daniel Bryan is the yes. Like, and you see the fans coming out and doing it. I can't see them not doing that. He's got the music, very similar to his WWE music. I mean, they kind of have like a little remix after, they do the normal beat. But it's almost identically the same song you'll see from, that you had in WWE. So when you have that character, he's Bryan Danielson now, because he can't be called Daniel Bryan because WWE owns Daniel Bryan. But a lot of course, the Indies knew him as Bryan Danielson prior to that, so it's not really that much of a change. It's not that much of a change. Obviously, when WWE changed it, they just flipped it around. But yeah, they gotta use the yes. They gotta figure out, like, in Tony Gonaloo's like, do they own it? He wants to do it. He wants to. Oh, of course he would want to do it. Of course he would want to do it. Look what he's doing with the stuff with CM Punk right now. If Tony Khan could have all these wrestlers that are coming from WWE, or these past greats, use like the stuff that made them big in the first place, of course he would be using it. But unfortunately, with some of these wrestlers, they don't own their names. Vince McMahon owns the name, so CM Punk was a rare opportunity where he could introduce CM Punk as CM Punk was in WWE. Because Punk owns his name, and also the one thing I didn't know he owned was his logo. He owns the logo, because the logo design that he does is almost very identical to the one he did in WWE. I mean, it's slightly different. Obviously, it has to be slightly different because, that was WWE. That was a WWE thing. But, I mean, he pretty much owns it, so he changed it up. He changed it up, obviously, and made a newer design out of it, but it's still very reminiscent of what WWE did. And obviously, if the logo is very similar to the way WWE's is, if WWE owned it, he wouldn't be able to do it. But obviously, he owns that logo or something, because it's close. They did it in a white shirt as well. They did it in a white shirt, the black collar tie, or collar. Changed the logo a little up, a little bit, but still very similar to the old one. You know, he obviously owns it because, I mean, how could you get away with that? So, I mean, obviously with Daniel, it's a little different because they have to go back to Bryan Danielson instead of Daniel Bryan. But the whole yes thing, though, like, I just don't know how they could say, like, that they own that. You know, yes is probably one of the most basic generic words in our English language. So, I mean, I don't know how they could say they own that. You know, right? So we'll see it happen. But like I said, I'm really surprised they don't have a T-shirt ready for Daniel Bryan. I mean, with CM Punk crashing the server, crashing the AEW shop zone, within minutes of him appearing on Rampage. I just don't know how you don't have a Daniel Bryan T-shirt ready to go at All Out. But yeah, I'm very happy to see what they're gonna do with Daniel Bryan. We'll see at the next pay-per-view they'll have him go up against Kenny Omega and win the world title, or they might wait a little bit. I'm not sure, but the way they did that whole debut, it looks like they're gonna go into a storyline. Maybe they do a tag. Maybe Kenny Omega doesn't even defend the title the next pay-per-view. Maybe they'll do like a four-way tag or something to kind of prolong it. I don't know. Before they do it. But yeah, it's gonna be quite interesting to see what they do here for Daniel Bryan and how the booking will be for Daniel Bryan here. But let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about the debut? Do you think they will use a Yes T-shirt? Or not, and what do you think they will use if not? That is about it, guys. Comment, rate. If you like this video, my videos, please subscribe, and yeah, hit that notification bell for all the latest content. I'm out of here. I'm the SS Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace.